Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Amarachi, and I'm back to talk about the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So let's get into the episode. So, I got my handy dandy note here. So the episode starts off. Bose is having a spa day. I think she called it sisterhood soiree, something like that. She's having a spa day for the ladies at her home. Her and her assistant are getting both are preparing for the event. Bose is getting her makeup done. Her assistant comes in, trying to get some ideas on how he should wrap the slippers and the robe. I was like, okay, Bose, you really going all out. So the ladies are getting ready, preparing to come. Bose and Dorit are on the phone. Bose brings up that Garcelle told her that Kyle read the text message, and it was there was like some incriminating words that Kyle used in the text message. But Dorit says she spoke with Erica, and Erica told her that they were in the text message she didn't see anything that was wrong in the text message. But I was like, Erica's playing, I don't know. I don't even want to say Erica's playing both sides. I just feel like Erica is not being a true friend. Because if you're a true friend, you should be able to tell your friends when they're wrong and when they're right, be it in public and in private. But I feel like when Erica is with Dorit, she agrees with Dorit. When she's with Kyle, she agrees with Kyle. And I don't like that. So I can't even say she's being two-faced or she's playing both sides, because I really don't know what Erica's playing, but I don't like it. So we in the car, Sutton and Garcelle are downloading Jennifer Tilly on what happened at Chuck E. Cheese. And Jennifer Tilly, she keeps calling memes. Garcelle's like, memes. She's like, oh, sorry. And then she'll call it memes again. Sutton says she's from Canada. They call it memes. So the ladies arrive at Bose's house. They receive their robes and their slippers. They get changed into it. But prior to getting changed into their robes, Dorit said on the invite, Bose said wear something comfortable, like something casual and comfortable. Dorit had on sweats. Kyle had on like a purple spaghetti strap dress. So Dorit says to Kyle, "That's comfortable," and then Kyle nods. Yeah. Dorit says, where was I, y'all? My daughter got out of bed, so I had to go put her back in her bed. So like I was saying earlier, Dorit is, talking about Kyle's outfit, how on the invite it says to wear something comfortable. So she makes a dig at Kyle's dress, saying that Kyle's dress is like circa 2006, but I guess the dress has been worn in, so it's comfortable. I was like, why? What was the point of that? And then Kyle shades her and says, well, I don't sit around all day playing dress up, whatever. So the ladies, they meet with the chef. The chef tells them the foods that he's prepared, the appetizers, he has salads. The ladies are like, make a joke. The chef says, oh, you guys are all beautiful. Garcelle says, which one of us is the prettiest? And then Jennifer Tilly makes a joke saying like, we're all in heat. I mean, the chef was good looking though, so. But anyway, the ladies are like break out into their massage sessions. Garcelle was really into it. Garcelle was in like massage mode. She laid it back, put her shades on, trying to relax. Next thing you know, Dorit goes over to her and Dorit wants to like have a discussion with her. And Garcelle's like, why is she here? So Dorit, I'm sorry, I'm like slouching. Let me sit up. Let me be professional. All right, y'all. I'm gonna be a professional, okay? So Dorit is talking to Garcelle, basically trying to apologize for her behavior at the Viper Room. Remember when Garcelle asked Dorit, so how are you feeling about this PK situation? And Dorit responded, are you genuinely asking? And so that situation, Dorit, to be honest with you, I don't think you need that warranted an apology, because I was with you when you asked that, because Garcelle has made it clear that she does not like you, she does not see you for you. So I wasn't really sure why she was asking you about that, but you wanted to apologize, whatever. So Dorit apologizes to Garcelle. Garcelle accepts the apology. as Dorit, Garcelle's like, oh, maybe this is Dorit 2.0. So we get like a flashback of like some of like the disagreements that Dorit and Garcelle have had throughout the years. Garcelle says she accepts the apology and maybe this is Dorit 2.0 and she's here for it. And I was like, okay. But like in a few minutes later, she shades Dorit. That's the thing. I don't know because how are you saying that you accept somebody's apology, but then you're shading them like a few minutes later? As Dorit and Garcelle are talking, Bose decides to, stir the pot a little bit. Okay, she decides to stir the pot a little bit. So she goes over to Kyle. She's talking to Kyle and she's like, Garcelle told us that you read the text message to them and asked Kyle, can you read the text? And Kyle is like taken aback. Kyle's like, at this point, she feels like this whole text message thing is being taken out of context. So as she's not reading it yet, but she's like, repeating what she said in the text. And Sutton jumps out from nowhere. Sutton is like, that's not what you said. Kyle was like, excuse me? Sutton was like, that's not what you said. And so her and Sutton sort of get into it. And then Kyle's, Bose is like, can you read the text message? I want to hear it. So she's reading the text and, it says, well, you guys already know what the text message says about I've never repeated anything you told me, and I never will. Like, that's basically like that's like the bone of contention. So now, Garcelle and Dorit, they like, because as voices are starting to go up, Garcelle and Dorit hear what's going on, and they're like, oh, like, why is Kyle and them over there? Like, why is their voices going up? Then here comes Erica. Oh, you guys are trying to get into her phone. You guys are trying to like have her read a text message. You need to have a warrant. I was like, Erica, shut up. Just because you were married to Tom, like, shut up. She's talking about saying, well, I was married to an attorney for 20 years, so I've learned a few things or two. I was like, Erica, shut up. So, what's it called? So, everybody now gathers around, and Kyle is basically having a meltdown, saying that she can't believe, like, saying that these ladies are taking everything out of context, and she says that she's going to read the text message, and when she reads the text message, she's gonna go. This was like after Erica was consoling her, and Erica is basically telling her, oh, you did nothing wrong, you did nothing wrong. I was like, Erica, what are you talking about? And even Bose clocked it. Bose said, you and your friends were Dorit and your friends were Kyle, but you're defending Kyle right now and just leaving Dorit to herself. Dorit is the one that needs to be consoled. But whatever, I feel like Erica is just scared of Kyle, because just like I said earlier, like a few recaps ago, Kyle is deemed to be the face of Beverly Hills. So I feel like Erica thinks, oh, if I'm in a bad place with Kyle, Kyle can advocate for me to be taken off the show. Because we all know, like, I mean, being on the show is Erica's main source of income. She's not married to Tom anymore. Her performances is not probably not bringing in that much money. So being on this show is her main source of income. So she does not want to step on Kyle's toes. So let's just call it spade a spade. Erica is scared to step on Kyle's toes because this is her bread and butter. I mean, I understand that, but also be authentic to yourself. So she's there telling, oh, Kyle, you did nothing wrong. You did nothing wrong. So Kyle says that she's going to read the text message, and when she reads the text message, she's going to go. So she reads the text message, and when she's done reading it, she decides to like storm off and go. And at first I was just like, and then she was like, I'm gonna go. And then Garcelle's like, oh, don't go. And then Bose was like, oh, don't go. I'm like, can y'all just let her go? And then Sutton was me, because all the other ladies got up and followed after Kyle, but Sutton and Bose, they were still sitting down on the chair. And then Sutton mouthed, she's so dramatic. So Bose had to like literally like nudge Sutton, like, Sutton, get up, let's go check on Kyle. I was like, Sutton, you do not have to do anything you don't have to do. I wish Sutton would have just sat there and be like, no, let her go. So they all, walk out to the Bose front door, and Dorit is I was like, Dorit, you better than me. You trying to calm her down? I would have just been like, how far you want to go? Go. The hell? So Dorit is able to separate Kyle from the group. And she's like, okay, let me talk to Erica. And I mean, let me talk to Kyle. And Dorit and Kyle, they're sitting down. They're sitting down outside talking. And Kyle says, you know, if you were in a good place and you told me to stop talking to PK, I would. And then in my mind, I'm like, girl, what? What the hell are you talking about? I was like, Kyle cannot take accountability. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention earlier in the episode, Kyle was talking to her sister, Kathy, and she was complaining to Kathy how, you know, Dewey is telling her to stop talking to PK and basically saying that Dewey is miserable. Dewey is miserable. I was like, Kyle, well, if Dewey is miserable, you're miserable too. When Kyle said that, I just said, Kyle, that's a freaking cop out. And yeah, I guess you're really not a girl's girl because if you're truly a girl's girl, you will know the unspoken rule. Like your girlfriend and her man, they're no longer on talking terms. Like PK is not even talking to her, and like I'm pretty sure you've heard. But you're there like laughing it up with PK with memes and jokes, and also when Kyle was reading the text messages, she mentioned that PK gets mad when she doesn't respond. I said, what the hell? Like, you're not his wife. Why is he getting mad that when he texts you, you don't respond? I was like, that's a little weird. What the hell? But I mean, Kyle's just always making up excuses. And Dorit clocked it. Dorit was like, I shouldn't have to tell you that. Like, that should be something that you say, okay, you know what? Dorit and PK, they're not really like in talking terms right now. They're going through a divorce. So let me just like pipe down on talking to PK. So Kyle says, oh, in the text message, Dorit starts telling Dorit starts telling Kyle that, you know, PK has changed. PK yells at her. The way PK talks to her, she doesn't appreciate it. And PK is basically like become a monster. She calls him a monster. And Kyle in her confession was like saying, oh, well, that's not the PK that I know. And I feel like Dorit is just like throwing his name through the mud because he's not here to defend himself. I was just like, Kyle, what? I was like, okay, just because when PK is around you, he's nice, loving, and friendly, that does not mean that's how he is at home. Take, for instance, people that are in a domestic violence situation. The person that's causing the violence, I'm not saying that's what Dorit and PK were going through, okay? I'm just giving an example. The person that's causing the violence towards their partner, and when they're out, they're always like loving, they're always bubbly, people love them. But then when they come back home, they become a total monster. So just because your experience with PK has been nothing but niceness and him being kind to you, that does not negate the fact that Dorit's experience with him within the last few years has been nothing but tumultuous. So like, don't do that, Kyle. So Kyle tried to do that, and then so Dorit asked her, like, do you and PK talk about me? And Kyle flat out said no. And then there was like another lie that Kyle told. Kyle said that in the text message, what she was referring to, like about things that you told me, she was talking about production. I was like, how the hell did production enter this chat? I was like, I can't even keep up with Kyle's lies. I was like, girl, you know you're talking about Dorit. So when Dorit asked her, do you and PK talk about me? Kyle said no. And Dorit was like, Kyle is lying because, yes, Kyle and PK don't talk on the phone, but PK goes over to Mauricio's house. And when he's there, Kyle is there. And he'll vent to them about Dorit. And Kyle will also vent to PK about Dorit. But when he comes home, he'll tell them, oh, this is what I said about you to Kyle. And this is what Kyle said about you to me. So Dorit said that's how she knows that Kyle is lying. But she's just gonna let Kyle do whatever she wants. So Garcelle suggests, oh, can somebody go check on them just to make sure everything is okay? Jennifer Tilly looks over. She's like, okay, they're still there. Kyle is talking and Dorit is gesticulating. So once they're done talking and Kyle is basically trying to like do her whole gaslighting, like, you know, she's the queen of gaslighting me. She grabs his stuff and she goes, and the ladies all gather back in Bose's backyard. So Dorit basically says she wants her and Kyle to get to a place where they can like at least be amicable and like stay in a room together and converse with one another. So that's over. The next scene that we get, Portia's 16th birthday. Mauricio and the other sisters come over. They celebrate her, and she gets a Porsche for her birthday. I was like, congratulations, girly. The next thing we see is Garcelle goes over to Sutton's. No, Sutton goes over to Garcelle's beach house, and they're talking. And Sutton is basically calling Kyle a hypocrite, saying that she doesn't like the fact that Kyle got up and left in the midst of her like being criticized, saying that that's hypocrisy, because in the past when Sutton was getting into it with someone, she got up and she walked out, and Kyle told her, like Kyle basically like got on her for that. So Sutton is like, why is it that you are allowed to do stuff, but when someone else you're allowed to cry, you're allowed to storm off, but when someone else does it, it's like, oh, why should you? And I'm like, that's basically Kyle Richards. Kyle has two sets of rules. There's a set of rules for Kyle, and then there's a set of rules for everybody else, and that's just what it is. So that's like, so Kyle, Sutton basically said she's not gonna bow down to the altar of Kyle Richards. I was like, okay, son. So I'm curious to see what the future episodes hold. Now, Dorit and Erica meet up at the spa. They're trying to, relax since Bose's spa day didn't go as planned. So they meet up, and as they're getting their massage, Dorit wants to call Erica out for, basically how she's, I don't know, quote unquote, playing, for lack of a better word, playing both sides. So Dorit says, like, at the event at Bose's spa day, you kept saying, oh, Kyle is not wrong. Kyle is not wrong. But why don't you ever call Kyle out? Well, you didn't even try to like console me. You didn't even try to like defend me. You just kept defending Kyle. And then Erica's like, oh, like I need proof. Like I've been in this situation before, and if there's no proof, then I can't condemn Kyle. I'm like, nobody's asking you to condemn Kyle. But Erica, you're an intelligent woman. You know damn well that text message is incriminating. She says, well, the text message could go both ways. Kyle could be referring to Dorit, or she could be referring to something else. I'm like, Erica, now use your inductive reasoning. You really think that Kyle and PK are talking about production? Like truly, like use your inductive reasoning right now. And that's why I say, like, Erica is afraid to stand up to Kyle because she probably feels like she's in a loser place on the show. And Dorit also clocked it. Dorit says, like, Erica is not afraid of anybody, but when it comes to Kyle, she does not like say how she feels. She tiptoes around Kyle. So Dorit confronts her. Erica's like, well, maybe it's time for me to just like withdraw myself from the friendship. And then Dorit was like, really? I was like, that's the thing. Some people that when you confront them and their first response is like, oh, well, maybe it's time for me to like leave this relationship, or maybe it's time for me to leave this friendship, let them go. Because my reasoning is, if someone can easily, or if someone can say that to you, like, oh, well, I can just like stop being friends with you, then that means your friendship was never really like set on a good foundation. It was never like that tight. Because I was just like, Erica, all you had to say was, Dorit, I hear you, and I'm going to do better in terms of making sure I call out both sides and not just seem like I'm one-sided. That was all you had to say. So Dorit asked Erica if the shoes were reversed, and this was about, Kyle read that text message, and it was about Dorit. Well, would you like it? And Dorit said, Erica said no. I was just, I feel like I'm actually getting tired of this whole PK, Kyle jokes, memes. It's getting tiring because we've been going at it for like what? This is like what now, the third episode? I'm tired of it. Can we move on to something else? These storylines, oh my goodness. I'm tired. We need to move on to something else because it's not even funny anymore. It's not even entertaining anymore. And I'm tired of, can this be Kyle Richards' last? I feel like Kyle just needs to she has not, this is what, Beverly Hills, this is like what, season 14? Kyle has not taken a season off since the show started. And I feel like that's probably why she's become so unlikable. Because I mean, I'm actually no, because even in the beginning season, she actually wasn't that likable. Because the way she dogged her sister out, Kim, so she wasn't that likable. So I take that back. But I don't know. I don't know what Kyle needs to do, but she needs a reality check. Because according to Kyle, she can do no wrong. But y'all, that was the episode for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You guys make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.